And thank you so much for joining me. I'm Eric Tallman, and today we're going to be talking about a major winter storm that is going to be developing across the Midwest. So I thought we'd talk about this and jump right into January the 23rd. And as you can see, I am tracking the storm itself, and I just wanted to let you know that I'm going to be watching that very, very closely throughout the day and so on and so forth. So this is what we're looking at so far. Mainly, there's not really a lot of activity. There is some activity going on over here, some snow activity going on over here. Nothing going on for Michigan. Maybe a little bit of snow going on over there, a little bit of snow activity up there in Michigan, but you can kind of see that all the activity is actually spread out, but unfortunately, our main trigger is going to be over there, and it's in the Midwest. It is coming. Stay tuned. I'm going to tell you exactly when this thing starts to roll in, and then we'll talk about snow accumulations and what you can expect when the storm does arrive. Stay tuned. I'll be right back with that update. We'll look at more GFS. We'll look at GFS models and find out exactly if there'll be another one right after this snowstorm heads on out. We'll talk about all those details coming up, but we'll get you through the forecast with this snowy pattern on the way. We'll be right back right after this. Stay tuned. This is Eric Tallman. Please remember to subscribe, like, and comment if you like, and comments are welcome as well. We'll be right back. Stay tuned right after this. And thank you so much for joining me on Eric Tallman's Weather. I'm Eric, your host. Anyway, we are actually tracking a major winter storm that is developing in the Midwest. You can actually see that it is on the horizon. It is on the way. Now, the other models that we were looking at were actually January the 23rd. I was showing you models of where the storm itself was coming from, and as you can see, the actual storm itself is right there. You can see that there's a lot of snow with it. Right underneath it there's actually some rain connected with that. And then there's a little bit of snow activity going on, a little bit of snow activity in Canada area, maybe a little bit of snow action going on in the upper peninsula of Michigan. And then there's a little bit of snow activity going on over there in the north and the northeast. But generally, there's not really a lot in terms to be concerned about right now. For the Northeast, you should be okay, but for the rest of us across the Midwest, might as well bear yourselves and get ready for the next approaching major winter storm. And it looks like it's going to impact a lot of areas, so we're going to continue to watch that very, very closely. When I come back, I'm going to finish the rest of this forecast, and then in a while, we'll talk about how much snow we can expect with this major winter storm. We'll find out who's going to get less, who's going to get more. Stay tuned. I've got more updates on that. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. And thank you, everybody, for joining me on Eric Tallman's Weather. I'm your host, Eric Tallman. Okay, let's go ahead and talk about the weather situation. Okay, so we're still looking at GFS models for January the 24th, and you can see that most of the Midwest, way over here, like the Northeast, Michigan, Northern and Southeast Michigan, Western Michigan, are all quiet. But up in the Upper Peninsula on January the 24th, models are already showing that the snowstorm itself is starting to move in, and you can see that people that live in like Iron Mountain, Lawrence, Michigan, and that are going to start to see the brunt of this thing. And then Chicago, Illinois, and all of you guys in Wisconsin area, you guys better be ready for this as well. And then Southeast Michigan, the Great Lakes, just hold on your hats because it's going to be coming your way as well. With that, there's a little bit of freezing rain, a little bit of rain with it as well. At this time, I'm still looking through the models and stuff, but you can see it's going to be rolling. So Things are kind of quiet in this model. You can see there's no activity going on in Michigan, northern Michigan, southeast Michigan, western Michigan. There's a lot of areas that are actually clear and quiet. No activity whatsoever. There's a little bit of snow activity going on across the Northeast, maybe a little bit of snow you can see on the GFS model, but it's nothing to be compared to what is actually on the way. So stay tuned. I've got more on the rest of this forecast. We'll be right back. And please stay tuned on Eric Tallman's Weather. We'll be right back with more on this major winter storm. More developments right after this. And thank you so much for joining me once again. We're finally back. We're still looking at GFS models. And I'm still tracking this storm. The next major winter storm that is going to be an impact for the Midwest. You can actually see. So the Northeast, you're still in the quiet zone right now. In this model, this is still January the 24th. GFS model, we're still going through that. So for the Northeast, it's fairly quiet for you guys. There's not really any activity going on in this model at all. I am looking at this, and it is showing that for us in Michigan, that the storm itself is going to start to move in. Snow is going to start moving in. So you can see in this model that western Michigan, that would be Grand Rapids area, and that you guys are going to start to see the snow. Chicago, Wisconsin, and all you guys are going to start to see that as well. The upper part of the peninsula of Michigan, all of you guys are going to see that as well. So you can see this is actually where the brunt of the snowstorm itself is. It does have freezing rain, it does have sleet with it, and it does have some rain with it, but there's actually more snow with it than there is a mix, but there is a little bit of a wintry mix with it, and there is a lot of snow contended with this as well. Stay tuned. I'm going to finish the rest of this forecast, and then we'll talk about more possible potentials for winter storms. We'll talk more about that later on tonight. We'll be right back with the rest of this forecast. Please stay tuned. I've got more coming up right after this. And welcome back, and thank you so much for joining me once again. And I'm still going through these models here. It seems a very, very busy and very active weather pattern that we're going to have. So it does look like January the 24th is actually going to be a busy one. You can just see how this is actually going to affect the Midwest indefinitely. I will be checking the models throughout the day today, so if something does change within the models in regards to what we're talking about with this major winter storm, I most definitely will let you know, but it is going to pound the Midwest again. I know it'd be nice to say that we'd like to have a break from all of this winter stuff, but it's not going away any faster than what we had expected. So it's still here, and it's still winter time. So hang on to your hats. We'll let you know when this is finally over with, and then spring finally gets here. Well, it's not springtime. We're still dealing with winter. Sorry about that. I was thinking ahead. Okay, so now you can see that there's still a lot of snow contended with this major winter storm, and then you can see that there's a wintry mix underneath of that. There's some sleet, freezing rain, and all of that still contended with that. So it still continues to make its move across the Midwest, and then for us in the Great Lakes, upper peninsula, northern Michigan, and all of us in southeast Michigan, snow is going to begin to move on in. So you can really see that this thing is really going to be taking its dive across the Midwest, and then it will hit Michigan, and then I believe after that would be the Northeast, and then Canada. We're going to find out where this thing's going to go, and we'll be right back. So hopefully you guys are prepared for another winter storm. We'll be right back. And thank you so much for joining me on Eric Tallman's Weather. These are actually GFS models for January the 25th. Please stay tuned with me. I'll have more details opposed to what's going on, but let me go over this really quickly because I'm almost running out of time here, and then I'm going to continue the rest of the forecast in just a little bit. I just want to tell you really, really quick that so January the 24th is going to be a very, very busy active pattern all across the Midwest in general. And then this storm is going to hit the Great Lakes. It is going to hit Great Lakes, Michigan, all of Michigan it's going to hit. And there's actually a wintry mix that's going to be south of Michigan, so we'll kind of keep an eye on that. It has rain, freezing rain, and it has sleet with it. So we'll kind of keep an eye on that as well. So please come back and join me. In just a little bit, I will have the rest of our GFS models and the rest of the report coming up in a little bit. Come back and join me again at 2 p.m. with the rest of our forecast and more potentials. We'll have more, and I will talk about snow amounts coming up in just a little bit. Come back and join me again, and I'll have more full details on the major winter storm. And please remember to please subscribe, like, comment, and I'll see you guys next time. Thank you so much for joining me on Eric Tallman's Weather. You guys have a good day. We'll see you guys again at 2:30.